Hi, everybody. My name is Michael Crandall. I'm principal here at Terra, and I want to welcome you to our virtual open house. Um, we've got our staff with us tonight. They're going to introduce themselves, and we're going to give you an overview of our program and our particular classes and what your students will be up to while they're here at Terra. First thing I'd like to do is just let you know that the best way to kind of follow what we're doing and get to know some of the projects that your students are working on is to check out our Instagram page. And that's right there at the bottom of the page at Terra Nova Sustainability. So we encourage you to check that out. And this is an aerial shot of our site. Our site is on the former house of Bonnie Slope Elementary. We're the original Bonnie Slope Elementary, and everything you see here was built by students. So on the far right, we have our greenhouse, and then moving from right to left are production rows. If any of your students have brought home vegetables in the last couple weeks, they came from those production rows. Behind where you see students, you'll see a red shed that was built by students in the past, and to the left of that, you'll see some small garden beds, and that's where your students will have a garden bed later in the year. And then finally, on the very far left, you can see kind of like some fencing and things, and that's where our chicken and our duck live, and there's also an orchard in there. So we've been around. This is our seventh year, starting our seventh year, and we're really happy to be working with your students. So we'll start off by kind of introducing ourselves. As I said, I'm Michael Crandall. I'm the principal here. I'm also principal of Early College High School. And then you all can take it away from there.
Hi, I'm Sarah Chilcott. I'm the secretary here. As it says, administrative assistant. That sounds fancier than what I feel like I do. But I am also I'm the office person. I do attendance, and I am the face of the voice you hear on the phone when you call this office.
Awesome. I'm Justin Strom. I teach biology and sustainability up here. Yeah, it's great. It's a awesome job. I'm super happy to be here.
I'm Annie Reichelt. I'm the chemistry teacher, and I also teach some sustainable practices in the spring. And yeah, that's the jam.
I'm Morgan Stone, and I teach sustainable foods and sustainable practices.
And unfortunately, our farm manager, Joel Whitmore, can't be with us this evening, but he is also a member of our staff and working on the farm with your students. And you'll see him. He is kind of our curator of the Instagram page, so you'll often see him in the Instagram page. And then we have one other person we want to introduce, and that's Brandon.
Yeah, thanks for that, Michael. I was going to joke and say my name was Joel, but beat me to it. My name is Brandon Culbertson. I'm a traditional ecological knowledge teacher here and function as the Native Education teacher on special assignment. So happy to be here at Terra Nova. Thank you.
All right, so the mission of Early College and the place where we want to start is kind of our philosophy, and the mission is we're a project-based science and sustainability school that empowers students to grow food, engineer solutions, and build community. And I think what you should know is that this school and this program is unique in the district and also in the state. So we're a 3.5 acre working farm. We have a wood shop, as you can see in this photo. We have a kitchen, and a 3.5 acre farm in the middle of Beaverton is something that you just don't find any longer, unfortunately. So your students are able to kind of access some things that they would not have otherwise had access to often.
And to be clear, this picture is from a couple of years ago, so our students are masked when they're in places.
Yes.
Just to know.
Yeah. Thanks for that.
Good clarification. Thank you. So our philosophy at Terra Nova is that we really value students and what students bring to our class. We really value cultures, languages, stories, histories. We really try to integrate that into our curriculum, how we teach, and what we teach. We really try to maintain communication as open and as genuine and as authentic as possible. I actually feel like that's one of our strengths up here. And we really encourage students to be themselves, from telling their food stories to bringing recipes from home that we then share as a staff. We have a lot of choice up here. If students want to do something, we often have the opportunity to do it. As Michael likes to say, you can think about us as a 4-acre classroom. We have a lot of different opportunities for students to bump into things, become interested in them, and explore them deeper. And we really like to see ourselves as guides, like this kind of break down the hierarchy, which we often think about with like teacher and students, and kind of bringing it a little bit closer together where we can kind of help steer and learn along with the kids.
So Andy, this is your slide.
Oh, I thought it was Morgan. All right. One thing that's important to know about Terra Nova is we're much more concerned with students learning. So taking your student wherever they are when they come to us and helping them to grow in their knowledge, whatever that looks like for them. So we will do multiple assessment opportunities. So we'll give them feedback and let them resubmit things so that we can help them get to where they want to be with their learning. Like Justin was saying, we do lots of hands-on stuff. Today, half the class was up cooking a recipe that was totally oral in the kitchen, and they could alter it how they wanted to. And the other half was doing some writing and some talking with one another about sustainability. So we really want the kids to be asking lots of questions. We want them, like Justin said, to bump into things and get curious and want to research things. We often will have them do notices and wonders. So here's a thing. What do you think about? What questions do you have? What do you notice about this? What do you want to know more about? And really pushing them to get curious about things. We're also constantly relating whatever's going on the farm to current topics, and whatever the students, if the students bring something up, we want to help incorporate that into class, and local issues, stuff that's going on. Like tomorrow, what's going to happen is the kids are going to pull out half a row of corn stalks. We're going to be reading a book about corn, and Brandon's going to come and talk to the kids about traditional knowledge with corn. So we're going to try to do all the things. And I think it's going to be pretty cool. The other thing is that we try to be really empathetic. If a kid isn't in a place to learn, then it's not going to work. So we do everything we can to make sure that we're meeting the needs of students and helping whatever's best for the kid, whatever that looks like. So.
All right, thank you. So what we'll do now is introduce each of the courses, and the teachers will speak about the courses.
I guess I'm going again. I teach applied chemistry, and it's super duper fun. I often say that I can take anything and turn it into chemistry, because chemistry is literally everything. If you can see it, if you can touch it, if you can feel it, it's chemistry. It's matter. It has mass. So we do all kinds of fun stuff. Right now, the kids are learning about the periodic table and all of the amazing organization that's going on up in there. And it is co-taught with either Ms. Stone or Mr. Strom, and we look at sustainable foods specifically in that class. So I think that I'll let Ms. Stone speak to that, but it's a good time. We have fun. I really enjoy being able to teach stuff hands-on with kids, and they're going to learn the chemistry, and they're going to learn practical stuff that they'll, like today, the kids were pulling beans out of the ground, and we looked at the little nodules where the nitrogen's being fixed, and how it uses those little nodules have they fix nitrogen, but they have iron in them, just like our blood. So if you look at those little nodules, if you open them up, they're kind of pink because of the iron. And it just, I love that so much. Chemistry is everywhere.
Yeah,
Justin.
It's super cool. It's actually analogous to the hemoglobin that we have in us.
Yeah, thank you.
We spent some time kind of geeking out on that last year when we learned about that together. That was really fun. I teach field biology, and it's perfect. I mean, we have a farm, we have an area of land. Our anchoring phenomena are directly related to our learning. So for example, we started out the year harvesting a bunch of apples. We made apple cider, and that led us to photosynthesis and respiration. And then after that, we took crackers and we broke them down with amylase to make them sweeter. And then we talked about carbohydrates and dehydration synthesis. And we're going to talk about amino acids, and we're going to make some bread along with that. So it's really nice that we have a wood-fired pizza oven to make the bread. So that's why I'm pointing outside when I say bread. What we do is we do all of these anchoring phenomena using our farm, so the students can like touch it, taste it, feel it, and then learn about it from a perspective. And also, I don't want to diminish the amount of kind of like global stewardship around climate change, around sustainable energy, around resource use, care of our environment, care of our space. And that's something that's deeply taught by working the land and learning about the land as well.
Awesome. In both sustainability courses, so sustainable foods and sustainable practices, and Annie and Justin both kind of talked to this a little bit because those courses are so intertwined together. Like applied chemistry is taught so intertwined with the sustainable foods that we end up in the kitchen and talking about the chemistry of water and how that works, and then talking about the sustainability of that as well. And same with the sustainable practices class in field biology. But what we also do in there is we try to have some independent projects and do some deeper diving into different solutions and problems that we see in the world, and looking at that through a sustainability lens, and looking at the environmental aspects of that, the economic aspects of that, and how it affects our greater society. And we do farm work in there, and that's a CTE course as well. So CTE meaning career technical education. And so kids are going to get CTE credit for taking the sustainability courses, because they're learning how to kind of operate a farm, and we do some marketing pieces in there, and farm planning and garden planning, and then actual execution of those plans as they do a whole year here at Terra Nova. It's pretty cool.
All right, so we wanted to talk to you about an opportunity that your students who are taking biology have, and that's to take field biology for dual credit at Portland Community College. So what that means is that our program has been approved, and we can, if students meet certain criteria, they can be awarded credit, college credit for the biology class. It's 4 science credits from Portland Community College. It's free of charge, so your student is not, it's free tuition. So these would be otherwise credits that you would have to pay for either, post high school graduation. Students will have the opportunity to sign up as a class at the end of this month or early November. We're still waiting on some of the deadlines from PCC. Thing I want to make sure that you are aware of is that this is optional. Not all students need to take the class for dual credit. The grade they get in the class at Terra Nova will remain on their transcript after high school. So they will get 2 grades. 1 grade will be on their high school transcript. 1 grade will be on their college transcript. So it's optional. This is not something that students have to do, but it is an opportunity that many students choose to take. And also, if students take the class for dual credit and they're like thinking, wow, this is not what I was expecting. I think I need to back out of this opportunity. They do have the option to drop the class later in the year, so that they do not receive a grade on a transferable college transcript. Justin, do you have anything else you want to add to that?
Yeah, this is a really exciting opportunity. I mean, kids can get college credit for taking this class, and really, it's not what I've really tried to do is like integrate these 2 curricula together, so that it's not like 2 separate classes and they're in the same room. It's really just 1 class that students are going. There's just some activities that are a lot deeper that we just kind of push the kids a little bit deeper, and that's kind of where we're getting to. So I've had a lot of success in the past with kids doing well in this class, and I encourage kids to give it a shot.
All right, I believe this next one was you, Justin.
All right, so what we do at Terra Nova is we're using Canvas. Like, we've learned a little bit from this pandemic, and that what we're trying to do is we're trying to make sure that we are as transparent as possible. We try to make sure that we have everything posted. There are two main platforms that we use: Canvas for our work, daily assignments, keeping track of documents, and then Parent View, which is the actual grades. So if you're looking for grades, Parent View is the place to go. If you're looking for attendance, Parent View is the place to go. If you're looking for, I'm going to be sick, what work needs to happen, look at Canvas. We work a lot with our devices, so please make sure that Chromebooks are there and ready. And we also have journals that we use in class as well, and those we keep here at school. So if the student needs that information to come home, they can take a picture of it or something like that. If a student is not feeling well, please stay home, right? We want to minimize any potential, like, it's much better for a student to stay home if they have the sniffles than potentially get other people sick. So we're really asking you that if in doubt, please stay home. And then it's really important just to have a conversation with your kids. Like, what'd you do in class today? Well, today, my teacher talked about being a Peace Corps volunteer in West Africa and made a recipe that he learned there and with ingredients from our farm, right? That's a conversation that you can start. Oh, really? Oh, what's in that recipe? And just having those little conversations are great inways into having conversations with the students. And then lastly, as was already mentioned by Mr. Crandall, Instagram is a good way to kind of figure out what's going on, and that helps spur conversation as well.
I would like to add that if a student is home and they are able to do all the work from home, please check out Canvas. The agenda is on the homepage and everything you need should be linked there. And if not, it is in the modules. So you'll go to the modules, you'll find the date, and it'll have the same name on the slide as it does in the modules. So I would check out the days that you missed or the days you're going to miss and be on there every day and keeping up with the work if you can. And we are really available via email at almost any time. So email us on Canvas or on our district emails and we will get back to you. But check Canvas if you're going to be gone. That's a whole thing that's going to happen this year. So.
But if you're like sick and you just
Yeah.
need to be sick and recover, take care of your body, obviously. So
Take care of you as a person.
Yeah.
Okay, so some other things to know. Our program is set up as a, it's called the program of study. And all CTE programs that are registered with the state are a program of study. And our program, students can take 2 years of our program. So we have the first year students typically take chemistry and sustainable foods. And then the next year they take biology and sustainable practices. So we want to encourage students to sign up for both years, but know that it is also a standalone program where students can just take 1 year. We have a summer internship opportunity. And I think this is really exciting. Students can apply for this summer internship. We select, we have usually 2 cohorts of about 12 students, and they work on the farm for about 5 weeks with our farm educator, Joel. And they get to know a little bit more about the farm, and they actually get paid. It's a paid internship, so it's a great opportunity for students to have that first job experience and to learn about agriculture in a little bit more in-depth way. Over the course of this summer, all of the produce that we produce on the farm is used obviously for our school, but then over the summer we have harvesting that we have to do, and we donate all of the food to urban gleaners. We donated about 3,000 pounds worth of food to families in our community that had food instability and needed some support. So I'm really proud of that. Other thing to know is our attendance is through Sunset High School. So you'll get an attendance, if your student is absent, you'll get an absence notification from Sunset High School. And conversely, if you have to mark your student or let us know that your student is absent and to excuse them, that goes through Sunset High School also. Finally, we're doing a virtual teacher question and answer session on Tuesday, October 19th. So our plan was to kind of give you this kind of overview of the program, and then maybe that piques some questions that you might have. And then we're doing this question and answer session on Tuesday, the 19th at 5:30. And you would have received this presentation with a link to that question and answer session. I think the only other thing I would just mention is just to reiterate some safety stuff that that's kind of important in these days. The first is that all students are required to wear masks. We have them separated, we social distance. We are all presenting tonight from different locations, and that's why we're in private offices. So that's why we don't have to have masks. And all the photos that you've seen were taken all prior to the pandemic. So that's why you see your students, the students that are photoed are not in masks. So that's a quick overview of our program. We're really excited to have you all with us. I can't tell you how excited we all are to have students back in person, and to just let you know how excited the students are to be working out here. So we really appreciate you all taking some time to join us this evening, and hope to see you at our question and answer session. Thanks very much.
Thank you.